Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? Not Guilty Boyz, check it back in. This podcast here with two attorneys. We want to explore the ins and outs of the criminal defense roles and our role in the criminal justice system and everything in between. I'm attorney Michael Campbell. I've been practicing law for 14 years, mainly criminal defense law here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area.
I'm Andrew Wilkerson, man. I'm a criminal defense attorney, of course. I got 10 plus years of experience. If you count all the trouble I got in growing up, probably got about 25 years of experience. I've had the privilege of working cases that span the spectrum of criminal law, violent cases, drug cases, even some civil cases. Just got a client $1 million less than a year ago. So, together we're here to share our insights and tackle tough legal questions, and basically just give you a behind-the-scenes look at how it looks and feels to represent somebody committed, that has allegedly committed a crime.
We've been doing this for a while. I would say we're experts in this field, criminal defense. We're two attorneys that's passionate about what we do. We're passionate about the clients that we represent, and we're passionate about the work that we do. Proper preparation and proper planning is the only way you could be successful in this field. So we plan to give you guys a lot of insight on what goes on in our minds as we prepare for cases. We plan to give you guys a lot of insight on the law, also on current events. We also plan to touch on fatherhood and a little bit on our Christianity values.
Just another chance for y'all to, pick up what we putting down, man. So we got a few subjects today. I'll let Mike go ahead and start everything off, man, but I'm elated to be here. Hopefully we can make this a regular thing. We're real busy with these cases, man, but you got to just dive in. So what we on, Mike?
Before we get there, shout out to our fans, all our fans that checked in with us, that have subscribed on YouTube, all our fans that liked our pages on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on all. We even got TikToks, like our kids. But we definitely want to thank all our fans and subscribers. We've got a lot of people that reach out, overwhelming response and support to our first couple of episodes. We're excited about that. I'm just mind blown on the response that we received. So you guys could be looking out on a lot more episodes from us. You guys could be looking out for merchandise. You guys could be looking out for T-shirts. Anything we could put the Not Guilty logo on, we're gonna have that rolling out here pretty soon. But yeah, today's show we want to talk about consultations with your attorney. When it first comes to hiring an attorney in a criminal defense case.
Well, what is an attorney? Tell them what a defense attorney is first, Pete.
Well, a criminal defense attorney is someone who represents the accused in a criminal manner. It's normally the state of Texas prosecuting office representing the state, and normally a defense counsel is either appointed by the court or retained by the client itself to represent the client. The criminal defense lawyer pretty much stands as a liaison between the client and the court, and the client and the prosecutor. I like to say to my clients that I'm a messenger. I'm the one that gets your message across to the prosecutor, and I'm also the one that relays what the prosecutor is saying back to you. So, in your 10 plus years of being a criminal defense lawyer, Drew, what would you say our most important role is?
Yeah, I think our most important role, man, is to give people a second chance. I think we got to remain confident and diligent in our practice, because you got to understand, we're working in the paradigm we work in. Nobody's really happy. Nobody's calling us, hey, how you doing? I got a warrant out. I need you to represent me. No, it's kind of, there's a lot of emotion that goes into it. You got to kind of keep a person uplifted, keep the spirits uplifted. What I like a person to do, after they walk out of a consultation at my office, what I say to everybody is I say that I hope you got a lot less questions about your situation and a lot more confidence.
Well, let's start there. That's a good segue. You mentioned the word that I want to talk about right now, which is a consultation. Consultation is the first step in hiring a criminal defense attorney. Now, you may have some attorneys that may blindly quote you a price without sitting down and having a chance to know what's actually going on with your case and with your situation. But that's not necessarily a good start to an attorney-client relationship. I believe that it's good to be intimate with my clients in the very beginning. Therefore, I think a consultation is important. That gives the clients a chance to get to know me. It gives me a chance to get to know my client. And it gives me a chance for them to tell me their story and for me to hear it and to pick out the important things I need to know to help defend this person. So I don't really like to start cases without doing a consultation first. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, look, man, some people have taken the position over my years of being an attorney that they think a consultation should be free. Why can't you just give me a price? Well, there's a few reasons for that, right? Any attorney can sit here and just say, $5,000, bring it to my office. You know, does that person, has he really portrayed himself to really care about your situation at that point? Has he really looked at you as an individual person instead of just another potential folder on his desk at that point? I would submit to you that he hasn't. You know, what I like to do, and another thing, let's be very practical here, right? An attorney might tell you $5,000. As soon as he actually gets the story on what happened, now he want $5K more. Now he want $10,000. And you mad about that. Now you think he's dishonest. Now you really don't trust this guy. Now you know, for lack of better words, what people say when they call me, I don't think he really working for me. You know, what I like to do is I like to get the facts out in front. That way, I'm not overcharging you, you know, and I'm not undercharging you. You see what I'm saying? One thing that, you know, I like to hang my hat on, what I tell people is, I'm not going to change my price unless you lie to me. Unless I find out later on down the line you done lied to. Honestly, I probably wouldn't even change the price. I'd probably just get off the case and keep your money for wasting my time. So, you know, you got to understand that there's a method to our madness. So when I charge a person for and another thing, let me tell you this, and this goes, see, this podcast is we want y'all to know that we're not trying to benefit from the people with this podcast. We want the people to benefit from this podcast. You understand what I'm saying? Absolutely. So, you know, I'm asking people to subscribe to my Instagram because, and mainly what I got in my, you know, in my mind is like law students and people that really aspire to be trial attorneys. Because let me tell you something. First 5 to 6 years of my life, free consultations. Yeah, I'm gonna schedule you free. I done scheduled a consultation from 12:30 to 5:30 on a Friday, and don't nobody show up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? People will waste your time. You understand? This is for the law student that's really aspiring to do what I do, or just to, you know, do cases, period. You got to know about the case before you take it. People will waste your time. And let me tell you, somebody that's not willing to invest in their case probably isn't somebody that's not willing to invest in themselves. And it's probably somebody that wants you to care about their case more than they do. Now, I care about my clients' cases a lot. That's because I'm passionate and I ain't never worked a day in my life. But most attorneys, they probably expecting you to care about your case more than they do. Most attorneys. So just understand, it's a method to the madness. If a person is charging you for their time, it's probably because their time is valuable. If their time is valuable, it's probably because they damn good at what they do. So understand, you know, you don't want the attorney that just cannot charge you for a consultation. I'll just do it free. You don't want the attorney that got all the time in the world. That means he ain't got many clients. That means he ain't got much experience. That means he ain't got much work ethic. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, all this translates into us caring for our clients.
And the clients like to ask, well, what are we going to get out of the consultation? You're going to get a lot of legal advice that I took 6 years $100,000 in loans to get that type of education
Nah, for real.
information to advise you. And that it wasn't free for me to take the law school classes. So, earlier on in my career, I did used to give free consultations. Then I realized, people try to squeeze as much as you out of it as they can, with the giving you as little as they can.
Yep.
So what I realized is that people will always call me and ask me questions, but never willing to come out and hire me and pay that money. Okay. So when I started charging for consultations, then I realized you start weeding out certain people, because I tell people all the time, if you can't afford my consultation fee, which is only a couple of $100 to sit down and talk to me for the hour, you for sure can't afford my retainer. So let's just weed out the people who are serious and not serious. If you need a court-appointed attorney, there's always attorneys that are available that the court can appoint you to, and you don't have to pay no money for those attorneys. And mind you, they probably will provide you pretty good legal service. However, when it comes to retaining, some people like to go for the cream of the cream of the crop, the best of the best. When it comes to retaining the best of the best, you gotta pay for what you get. Like my bro,
tell them this ain't. Yeah, go ahead.
Like my bro, you know where I'm going with it. This ain't sliced bread,
It ain't sliced bread, baby.
This ain't like buying picking a lollipop at the store. You know what I'm saying? You actually trying to figure out who am I going to hire to help me navigate through this and make sure this doesn't go on my permanent record. Make sure I don't do any jail time on this, to make sure that this is not something I'm going to have to answer to for the rest of my life. So consultations are important. It's important for you to be honest in your consultation. I can't tell you how many times people have tried to pay us all that money. Capital and murder cases are the highest cases in the land of Texas. So our consultation fee for a murder case is $1,500. $1,500 because, again, this is the highest case in the land. So attorney's fees are going to be significant. But, what I'm saying is, in a consultation, people pay that $1,500 and still will sit down and try to lie to us about the story, which me and Andrew, we ain't no point that's the attorneys. We ain't just, come from, a silver spoon. We done been through some places. We done seen some things. We know what's going on in the streets. So we know the terminology. We know the lingo. So it ain't much that you can say and that we hadn't heard. But people will come in and try to mislead us, confuse us, lie to us. And that is just ridiculous to me.
Yeah, man. I mean, it all boils down to caring about your case, how much you value your freedom and liberty. That's basically what it boils down to. Understand this, law students. You can charge a minimum fee, but they gonna want maximum work ethic from you. It don't matter what you charge them. They are gonna want the maximum effort from you. Excuse me. But yeah, that's a client right now. But yeah, what I try to do in a consultation, I try to come off as personable. You wouldn't be here if you didn't at least think that you know that I'm good at what I do. I try to validate that for you. I try to make you confident in what I'm gonna do for you. One thing I ask that people think I'm being facetious sometimes, but I ask each and every client, what result do you see? What result do you see? So I can tell you if I can get that for you or not. You see what I'm saying? Well, duh, I want a dismissal. You see what I'm saying? Okay, cool. But, some people are a lot more realistic about what's going on. Some people come in, I don't want papers. I don't want probation. I don't want jail. I don't want a fine. I don't want to go to court. Come on, family. You know what I'm saying? Like you asking me to pull a rabbit out the hat. You see what I'm saying? Which I probably could do for the right fee. You know what I'm saying? But like you coming in here wanting maximum for me and giving me minimum, that just ain't realistic, and it's just not how life works. And to be quite honest, it's really, for me, it's about getting the serious clients. It's about getting the serious clients, man. So, when somebody charges you for a consultation, it's crazy. Like, you'll drop your car off at the Chevy and they charge you $150 just to tell you what's wrong with it, right? You'll go get a checkup at the doctor. You pay him $250 just to tell you what's wrong with you. You see what I'm saying? You go to the dentist, you pay him $150 for him to tell you need to spend $6,000 more on braces. You see what I'm saying? So why I'm gonna sell myself short? And you shouldn't either in whatever profession you are in. So, we just kind of wanted to clear the air on that. But no, it ain't sliced bread, baby. I tell people, I ain't a car salesman. You see what I'm saying? I can't tell you that the AC blows cold or we go 0 to 80 in 4.5 seconds. But what I can tell you is based on my experience, I'm a under promise and over perform every time. So, make sure you get somebody that you trust. Make sure you get somebody that instills confidence in you, and make sure you get you a step. You understand? You gotta pay for the stepper. You gotta pay for the stepper. You gotta
have a stepper, real stepper. Man,
sure.
Speaking, and one thing I want to say one more thing about a consultation fee. You don't lose that money hiring when you hire us. If you want to hire us after the consultation, we quote you a fee. And if you want to hire us, that money goes towards your attorney fee. So that's not lost money. It's like an earnest down payment towards the house. You put this earnest money down to start the conversation of what it would cost for us to represent you. Okay.
And then here's the deal. Let's answer the elephant in the room question. Well, what happens if I don't hire you? Do you just keep my money? Well, yeah. But if you be serious and bring your notepad to the consultation and take some notes or really listen to what we're saying, you're going to walk away with a whole hoard of information.
Absolutely.
Okay, that you can just feed to another attorney. Now, can they cook the ingredients like me? I think not. You know what I'm saying? They might have a stove on, but I don't know what they doing in the kitchen. You feel what I'm saying?
They might not know how to season it right.
Yeah. You gotta, that recipe. That's just a list of ingredients. You gotta know how to make it bubble.
Yeah, so take not a sprinkling on there, right?
Yeah, for sure. So, y'all change y'all's outlook on that, man. It's about how much you value you. All right?
Yeah. As you can tell, we like to have fun. We're not your average, just sleek and meek attorneys. We are the type of attorneys and individuals that like to have fun. So you gonna get the real us on this podcast. Just, cut them stereotypes and the myths of what attorneys should look like and how they act. You might as well cut them out on this podcast here. So, switching it up a little bit before we get out of here, man, just a couple of weeks ago, YD, Snoop Dogg, Nelly, Rick Ross performed at Donald Trump's inauguration party, and they received a lot of backlash from the black community, man. A lot of people questioned their blackness. I think Snoop Dogg lost millions of followers on Instagram and Twitter. And, and that's how boys making money nowadays. You lose $1 million on Instagram, you'd have lost the bag. So, we try to see
he ain't lose a bag now.
No,
you don't lose a bag fucking with Trump.
Snoop Dogg will pay it on. Snoop Dogg will pay. You really look at it. Snoop Dogg got his hands in a lot of different things, but what you think, man? I mean, are you questioning Snoop Dogg's blackness for going over to the whole Trump party?
Man, look, man. I probably got an unpopular opinion. I ain't never tried to be popular anyway. Let me tell you what I think. I think that it's easy to look at a guy and say, "Oh, I'm questioning your blackness. Oh, you look, you're Uncle Tom and all that." Look, man, it's time for our minds to stop being so small, black people. Okay? It's two sides to every coin, right? What if the other side of that coin is me taking, we want the money, right? Do we not want the money? We want the money. What if the other side of that coin is me taking the money and saying, fuck what you think about me? Nigga, I'm not questioning my own blackness. I don't know how much you made. Say it was $1.5 million. $1.5 million for 2.5 minute song. Okay? A timeless song that he probably can do in his sleep, that he probably sing in the damn shower. You understand? I ain't mad at Snoop. Let me tell you where Snoop went wrong. Snoop talked himself into a corner. Snoop talked himself into a corner back when he was like, "Oh, you a coon, or you a, you a Uncle Tom if you do this and that."
Remember that?
That's where he messed up.
Yeah,
You don't talk yourself into a corner. See, me, I kind of, if he would have never said that, he wouldn't owe the public an excuse as to why he did it.
Yeah, leave
You
yourself.
understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Leave that wiggle room for you to, make a decision, the best decision for you and your people. I always laugh at people that think they know what they would do in any given situation. No, you don't. Yeah. Oh, girl, you let him do that to you. You better than me. No, she ain't. You'll do the same thing. A player pull up and get with you. You know what I'm saying? You just ain't met the player.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like you don't know what you would do, baby. You know what I'm saying? You saying you know what you would do. Just people, I'm pro-life. I would never do an abortion. None of, and then what if your 11-year-old daughter got pregnant?
Yeah.
Then what? Now you're looking at your daughter's future. Now you're looking at I don't believe in the death penalty. I don't think anybody should die. I'm a Christian and cool. That's cool. But now somebody done killed your cousin and you want them gone. You don't know what you'll do, family. Like, don't talk yourself into a corner, black man. I mean, I don't think you can't question my gangster, because I'm going to decide what's gangster for me. You see what I'm saying? You can't question my blackness. You can't question my passion. I don't believe that another person can really question that unless you allow them to. But the only reason that Snoop Dogg owes people, or people think that he owes them an explanation, because he talked himself into that corner. That's it.
Yeah. See with me, a lot has changed since 2020, 2016, when Trump first won election, until 2024 when he won his latest election. A lot has changed as far as the opinion of Trump. I mean, people are entitled to have a change of heart. And, I ain't saying that I have, but, I think some of our blackly black and our woke people did have a change of heart when it comes to old Trump. Especially after we saw what we got from Joe Biden, but that's a whole nother topic for another podcast. But, I think each individual man is entitled to make their own decisions and what's important for their family. That's the only people you got to answer to when it comes to your blackness and your individualness. I mean, as long as my family, which we're all African American, as long as they are honored and feel that I uphold the family name the right way, I'm gonna do my thing, man. And then if that goes against popular opinion, then it is what it is. I ain't too much worried about that. I ain't never, hung my head on trying to, be the favorite in class and nothing like that, man. I always hung my head on being who I am, and I think most people gravitate and like you more as a person when you're that way, instead of trying to always fit in. Snoop, Nelly, Rick Ross, all them boys, I ain't mad at them. I think it's kind of lame to disassociate with a person over just a disagreement of opinion. I was never like that. I think that is the beautifulness of us being individuals. America is supposed to be the most individualized and unique country because it's made up of a crock pot of different people. So if we really want to adhere to that type of democracy and lifestyle and that type of aura that we put out for America, let them people be, man. That's just their opinion. You know what I'm saying? And if it benefited their family, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. So,
yeah.
And what really defines your blackness, man? I think, and I will close on this, but I think, just knowing, where you came from, knowing your family history, knowing your family and how they got here is important, because then you really understand your roots. And when you understand your roots, you understand your foundation, and you understand how you grew up and why you grew up that way. And for me, I grew up in a Christian a God-fearing, hard-working, middle-class family. And my mom and daddy did what they had to do that worked for them. And, as a African-American man, I think it's important that, you understand your roots, you understand where you came from, you understand why you were placed in this position to be where you are as African. And we have to have a huge impact on the things we do in our community. We have to have a huge impact on the things we do in our household as the Black male. So those are my thoughts. What you think, Waddy?
I mean, I don't know what happened to, just being happy a nigga got paid. I'm just happy somebody look like me on TV and they getting paid to do it. Millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying? If it was 500,000, like, who got 500K laying around? I mean, his song probably was 2.5 minutes, fam. Maybe less than that. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that people just care too much about what other people think of them, man. That's what it boiled down to. Like if you firmly rooted, like you like to say, and know where you stand, you know what I'm saying? Like so you want a person to miss out on generational money so a nigga that never met them can think highly of them? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. When that same gonna hate you for nothing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Look how they talking about Snoop now. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like.
Right.
I don't relate to that. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I could for sure say I probably wouldn't do is maybe represent a cop for shooting an unarmed Black man or something. You see what I'm saying? But I wouldn't even talk myself into a corner on that just because it ain't a smart thing to do. You always want to have as many options as possible, and you never want to give a person a gun to shoot you with. You see what I'm saying? So, I just think in us as a Black community, we probably the only community that does that. White people see another white person making money. You know what I'm saying? It's a celebration. You see what I'm saying? If Trump orange ass want to give away some money for that, that don't mean I think that he should be an honorary member of the NAACP. That don't mean that. That mean I took that money, I performed, I did what I do anyway, and I'm out your way. I don't care what you think about me.
That don't mean I voted for you or nothing. I
still vote for the next person. Quit playing with me.
And come and get my bag over there.
It won't explain to them why I perform for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, quit playing with me, man.
Definitely piss and not checkers, my boy. Definitely.
Our minds are too small, Black people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too small. Like, you gotta, it's two sides of that coin, man. Every coin got two sides. You see what I'm saying? So, maybe that's just the other side of the coin. Me being confident enough in my Blackness to not let you mess with that and to still get my money. PIMP, put it in my pocket, baby. Put it in my pocket. Yeah.
You heard me? And that's how it goes. And that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? So, we want to appreciate y'all for tuning in to another great episode from Not Guilty Boyz. We plan on coming back again, give y'all more good information this time. Maybe we'll have some more legal information for you guys. Y'all keep tuning in. Y'all keep subscribing, liking us on all the social media accounts. And if y'all need our individual social media account, it's right there in that little corner over there at attorney_Mike Esquire 25 on Instagram.
Yeah, man. And we're going to keep doing our thing, man. Hopefully y'all picking up what we putting down, man. But we're going to keep going and showing. You understand? And we'll see y'all next time. Share and subscribe on all platforms again. Attorney Andrew Wilkerson on Instagram. Attorney_Mike Esquire 25 on Instagram. Not Guilty Boyz on Instagram. Shout out to my producer, Trip. Also, shout out to Nat Turner. R.I.P. Nat Turner. You understand? It's Black History Month. Started a slave revolt against all the masters. You understand what I'm saying? Got him tatted on me. That's my boy. I don't give a damn. He probably killed a whole bunch of white people. I don't give a damn about that neither. Back then, that's what needed to be done. Without Nat Turner taking the stance he took, you probably wouldn't have the strong-minded people that y'all love, like Malcolm X, Garvey, You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Huey, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have none of them people that took a strong stance like that if that man ain't do what he did, man. So shout out to Nat Turner, man. Black
Shout
History
out
Month.
Nat Turner, man. And we're
For
going to give
sure.
y'all a lot more of those iconic black figures as we navigate through the month. We checking out live.
Love y'all white people, though. I love y'all. But I'm just saying, shout out to Nat Turner.
We checking out. We'll catch y'all next time.
Bet.